sort of like autopilot for a tool and die machine.
Exactly.
HS Die on the hood there. That is Harold Steele Die. Harold Steele is Tim's father. Owns that race car and racing team.
Once again, they come down the front straightaway. There they go, underneath the start-finish line. These cars are, oh, and there's a slower car right directly. Bill Whittemore in the 56. Man, I wonder if that scared Tim Steele as bad as it did me.
Well, this might scare him a little bit. Here's Mike Wallace back on the inside. Where'd he come from?
Where'd he come from, man?
I don't know. He got a run on it when they backed off for that slower car there, I guess. And now here comes Steele right back by Wallace.
Now Tim knows that Wallace's car pushes up in the corners, but he says down the straightaways, I got to watch for this guy. But in the corners, I know he's had a little trouble keeping the car on the bottom of the racetrack.
You can see there the Steele pulls away a little bit in the turn.
And Dave Blaney is hanging on, Ned.
He is.
That yellow car's still there.
Doing a great job.
Blaney, the 1995 World of Outlaws champion out of Portland, Ohio. He's in the yellow car. Now, what about our series point leader, Andy Hillenberg? Where is he being shown back in the field?
Right now, he's in 17th spot. And Bobby Bowser, his competitor, is in 21st.
And Bowser's a lap down.
Yes. They both talked about staying on the lead lap. And Hillenberg has been able to do that. As we see Mark Thompson go by on the outside, Hillenberg has been able to do that. But I guess that was Hillenberg passing Thompson, as a matter of fact.
Yes, Thompson running in the 16th position.
There's Bowser
trying to take it away.
The car number 21 you're talking about. He was in 21st spot, as you said, the lap down. Got caught in the pits on that caution flag. Couldn't quite get out. And how's that car running, Bill Weber?
Well, Jerry, they're struggling. You know, they had trouble in qualifying. We've got one blown up coming out of four. The 19 car down the front stretch. We'll see if they put out the caution. But they struggled in qualifying, and they started deep in the field. They lost a lap on that last caution right at the start-finish line, and they're not real happy with their situation. They're going to need a lot of luck for a championship in 1995.
Well, Stanton Barrett's car erupting an engine, and apparently, yes, the caution will come out for the third time today. Doyle Ford there waving the yellow flag. There is Stanton Barrett's car, number 19.
Carrying the Operation Christmas child signs on his car. His dad, of course, Stan Barrett, very involved in the Christian mission, and they're going to take 5 of the largest airplanes in the world to Bosnia and other Far East countries before Christmas, and taking food and gifts to children in that part of the world. And he's carrying that on his car here today.
His dad, Stan, of course, had owned the land speed record. Set it Hal Needham's rocket car back years ago out at Bonneville, and now heavily involved in relief to some of the third world countries. That's Stanton Barrett bringing out the caution flag for the third time today as you ride along on the roof cam of Tim Steele. We told you Mike Skinner having a great day, set on the pole. This is his third start in ARCA. Back in 1990, he qualified 11th here. In 92, he finished 37th, driving for Thee Dixon. Car owner out of Burlington, North Carolina.
And they chose not to pit that time. Well, Skinner came down pit road, so did Mike Wallace. Tim Steele decided to stay out. I wonder if that's wise strategy, Ned.
Well, that is interesting strategy. I assume that they had checked their tires out before and they were okay, and decided, okay, we'd not give up any kind of track position. Of course,
and Mike Wallace just changed, put some gasoline in, and goes back on the racetrack. So no tire change. Neither did Skinner change tires, and Mike Wallace will pass Skinner in the pits. And they're changing, we see them obviously changing tires on the 80 car, the Dave Blaney automobile.
Well, that is interesting strategy on several of them's part.
And he stayed out. There's Tim Steele, the 1993 ARCA Series champion. After winning 2 in a row, would like to make it 3 in a row. What a way to finish the year here in 1995. Back with more from Atlanta in a moment.
Especially the southern part of the state. At least that's the way it looks right now.
Western Forum in L.A. as the Pittsburgh Penguins take on Wayne Gretzky and the L.A. Kings. Live hockey tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. The Great One, Gretzky and company. Tune in tonight at 10:30 p.m.
Bob Hill once again. The camera looking back at him. Jim Daniel Dog Food Automobile.
And here's Tim Steele, I should say. Tim Steele in the car number 16. In-car cameras on the Simlink Ford Thunderbird. Under caution for the third time today here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
We saw the Hoosier tire on the right sleeve of this car. All the ARCA competitors use the Hoosier racing tires.
And once again, the second caution brought out by this violent impact in turn 2. One car spinning, Kurt Dickey, and there's Loy Allen, but to the right of your screen, it all broke loose. Kenny Allen, there is Jimmy Horton's car tumbling over, and watch for Ed Dixon's car number 12 to come in. This is Horton's car, flips back over. Here is Dixon's car, boom, just beneath Horton's Chevrolet Monte Carlo, flips it over, the entire rear end of the car flopping around. Now that's the bad news. The car is destroyed. The good news is Jimmy Horton has been taken to the Infield Care Center. And as you heard Ray Evernham tell Bill Weber a little bit ago, Jimmy, awake and alert, talking, appears to be remarkably bruised, but okay. Still working the third caution flag today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Tim Steele being shown as our leader. We'll be back. And do I need to do the billboard?
To apply for a Discover card, all you
The first and final event on the 1995 ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Supercar Series. Trying to crown a champion here. Andy Hillenberg trying to hang on and win the title.
Jerry, we have 16 cars on the lead lap as we get the green flag once again. And Bobby Bowser is not one of those on the lead lap. He is one lap down. And there's Hillenberg, who's trying to win that championship, is right up there at the front.
And Mike Wallace just blows to the front in the 90 car. Hillenberg is now second.
And Tim Steele just totally ran away from him. He got an eighth of a mile ahead of him on that first lap.
Well, that was a race for second place. I was watching with the 90 car. There we see Hillenberg trying to win the championship, letting those faster cars go by on the outside. He just wants to be there at the end.
And we are told they're going to black flag L.W. Miller for passing to the left prior to the green flag coming out, so he'll have a stop-and-go penalty on pit road. Here is Skinner moving to the inside of Mike Wallace.
Now, both of those drivers did make pit stops and took on fuel.